Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Elliot here with sweetheart Ermelita, who's driving here on a partly cloudy day, June 2nd, 2022. The time is about 1:15 in the afternoon, and just to let you know, we're driving again to Mom's. She has her first treatment going today at the oncologist, and they keep changing the appointments. It was 1 o'clock, it was 2 o'clock, then they made it 3 o'clock, then back to 1 o'clock, and now it's again today at 3 o'clock. So it's like she was actually supposed to start yesterday, but the machine broke down. I guess maybe when they found out my mother was coming, the machine went, no! Okay. But anyway, that's where we're headed. And we had a creative breakfast and lunch. I had Cheerios for breakfast, and I had Cheerios for lunch. And who knows? Maybe I'll do a triple crown and have Cheerios for dinner. I don't think I've had Cheerios for dinner. I had cornflakes for dinner once, but never Cheerios. But like really, what a big deal.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and and then I had to go into the barbecue pit and pick out some charred meat for my more affluent days. No, but that's not true. I never used to pick out charred meat that was left over. And you know why? Because there was never anything left over. That's why. Okay. Anyway. There she is.
Today I'm his driver.
I got news for you. Every day she's my driver. No.
No, not really.
Yeah, she's driving here, she's driving there, she's driving me crazy everywhere. So. But it's all right. I get back at her and I drive her a little crazy too. But yeah, you got to watch out for these crazy drivers. Actually, one of Ermelita's friends had a fender bender this morning, and she had to go to the hospital. So we hope that she's all right. Not going to mention any names, so it's better off. But I don't know exactly what the circumstances were, but I know the side of the car, her car did not look too good. But certainly we're more concerned about our friend. Cars can be replaced, people cannot. Anyway, yeah, that's a hard lesson we've America is maybe learning, I hope, in spite of all the shootings that have been going on. Every week for the last 3 weeks we've had mass shootings, and it doesn't happen in any other country. It doesn't make a difference what the economic status is or whatever, the mental illness, which is an idiotic excuse. The excuse is there's guns, and there's too many guns, and that's it. Okay, anyway, now we just need to stop catering to the politicians and the political interests and the special interests, okay? And that's why it's important for people to get out there and vote and make changes, okay? Anyway, on a little more of a happier note, well, I don't know how much of it was a happier note, but was it yesterday? I went to go put gas in in our other car, the Chrysler, and it was $4.54, and I have one of those Shell reward cards. We go to Shell a lot, and you get a nickel off. Once in a while, they'll do a special if you fill up 4 times in a month, which is not hard to do, especially if you have 2 cars. Then they would give you like an additional 25 cents off plus the other nickel, so you would get like 30 cents off a gallon, which is for our SUVs, could be a big savings over time. But I'm glad I did fill it up yesterday, because I got it for $4.54, and with the discount $4.49, and I happened to go by there today because the bank that we use is right adjacent to that gas station, and the gas is $4.75 overnight. It just went boom up.
Wow.
Yeah, it went up like another quarter. We don't see it much more than price gouging. You know, Ermelita, she filled up her car. This one last week, we filled that up, and she still has like a full tank of gas. I mean, the Chevrolet is really excellent on.
This is a good,
You know, she doesn't go that far, of course. You know, except like to mom, but you know, she goes to work every day, which is only a few minutes from the house.
No,
But still,
I walk.
you walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time you walked? Yeah. I don't think we can measure that.
Same gas.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's a long time. It's just a long time ago already.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a-
even remember when.
Yeah, it was probably around 2016, 2017, and guys were trying to pick her up as she's going through the neighborhood, yeah, you know, which was not good. And plus, it's also too hot.
I
And
was
that,
like running like crazy.
yeah, and some of the and some of the streets, you know, that she would have to cross, they're very wide, and you know, you got, you know, some of these guys going down residential streets like they're at the Indianapolis 500. You know, sometimes I think they speed up out of spite when they see a pedestrian crossing the street. I mean, really, it's just crazy. But you know, she, you know, wanted to learn how to drive a car, and she did with the
Should have driven motorcycle. But
who?
me.
No, not around. No, the motorcycle. You have no protection with motorcycles. And you know, and like the Philippines, you know, they there's too many people that ride without a helmet. But I don't see motorcycles as not, and especially here where it's very congested. It's not too bad, you know, where our middle leader is from originally in the Providence. You know, the traffic is light, number one. It's mostly country. It doesn't have that congestion like you see like in Manila or Cagayan or Osamas, the cities that, you know, we had gone to, or at least that I had gone to, where it's like everybody seems to make up their own rules. You know, I've seen, you know, it's a certain extent like that here, but I've seen horrible driving like in Greece. I've seen it in Mexico City. Like, oh my God, I don't think I want to drive there. You know, and like those countries, and like in the Philippines, if you get into an accident and you're a foreigner, they'll look at you as it being your fault, and you know.
Well, you shouldn't drive there.
Well, I did drive there. Yeah, I only drove with an Aurora. You know, when Chris was kind enough to, you know, loan us his vehicle, his van. You know, the van that had no brakes. But it was.
What do you mean no brakes?
Well, yeah. Well, he had to go fix the brakes. Remember?
Yeah, but you told me that the brake is very deep.
Yeah, it was kind of spongy, and it turned out that it did need a repair. So probably just needed new pads and stuff like that. You know, and what do I know about mechanics over there? You know, so I don't live there, and you know.
You don't never know.
After I didn't even know where the gas station was until we passed one. You know, and then you know, they sell the gasoline by the liter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gasoline is also expensive over there now with the inflation. I don't think it's as expensive as here in America, but for, you know, people, you know, the Philippine people, it is, you know, because their income is per capita is much lower than in the United States. So that would take a big chunk out of their income. But you know, there's you know, you got the other type of transportation over there if you need to, you know, get somewheres. I mean, other than walking, you know, you would take either, you know, you could take the tricycle thing, or you could take the jeepney. They do have buses. I don't know how well the schedules run or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. I only took a couple of buses over there. I did not take a jeepney. I don't go into thing, because the jeepneys that I saw over there look like 2 pounds in a 1 pound bag.
You mean what to in a way?
Yeah, in other words, they were all overloaded. Too many people, you know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they pack them in. You know, this was before the pandemic, and you know. But if I was,
Well, I like those.
yeah, she likes them. Now, that's not. I don't.
It's fun.
I hate fun.
Oh,
But of course, Ermelita likes the New York City subway system too, so that ought to give you an idea where she's coming from. Okay. So, they got a lot of crazy people on that subway system. Kidding. Even some of the rats are staying away. Okay. And as a matter of fact, didn't you sent me a video about something with the subway, right?
yeah, there's a horrible situation inside the subway.
Yeah, they had some apparently a mentally ill person that was bothering everybody. He was yelling to himself, yelling at everybody else.
Yeah, but he was bullying that lady here. You see that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did assault that person. Yes, he did. That's true. And a lot of this has been going on, particularly since the police departments merged. I forget how many years ago, but at one time they used the New York City subway system. The Transit Authority had their own police. They had the transit police, as they called them. They had in public housing that is run by the city. They had the housing police, and of course you had the regular New York City Police Department. The street police, whether they were on foot or mostly in cars, working in twos. And they merged all of them, which might have seemed like a good idea, I guess. The trouble is, it neglected the other areas, and particularly the mass transportation, where a lot of crime has been occurring. People being assaulted and threatened on these trains. Some of them were being pushed off the platform into oncoming trains and getting killed for no rhyme or reason. If you want to call it a hate crime, I don't know. You can't get into these people's heads on what's going on in their minds. But so when Ermelita sent me that video, I looked at it and I said this was another reason why to take when we go to New York, to take taxis or Uber. First of all, when we're there, we're only staying like 4 nights, 5 days, something like that. So
That's 1 week, right?
Yeah, it's not quite a full week, but it's a good part of the week, and do you really want to be bothered? First of all, like, nobody on that subway probably takes a bath. It's disgusting.
Really?
It smells in there.
Not really.
It's certainly, it's economically, yes, it's much cheaper. I think it's $2.75 a person each way wherever you're going. And
So I remember when we go there on the first day, when we ride this bus and we don't know how to do their car.
oh yeah, that's true.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that is so funny.
Yeah, well, it was funny, but for me it was like embarrassing because I am from New York. But when I originally left New York,
It's a challenge.
yeah, back in I left New York in 1975. That's a while ago. But up until I think around 2002, 2003, they were still accepting tokens, or you could buy tokens to get into the subway, and you could use them even to pay for your bus fare. Now it's what they call a Metro card. It's like a thick cardboard card with a MAX stripe in the back, and you could buy like a month's supply of fares, or just one at a time, or for a week, well, whatever it is. And I think the more you buy, I think they do discount you. I'm not sure, because I never really got it for anything, more than maybe for like maybe 4 or 5 fares, because we didn't use it that much. And but if you had to go to work every day using the for instance, the subway or the bus, yeah, then certainly it's worth it to you. And it's a bargain because you could travel over 200 miles worth of subway and bus routes for less than $3 each way. I mean, as it stands now, that comes out to like a half a gallon of gasoline, and you don't have to worry about finding a parking space. Which
It's
is
so hard to park.
which is
Yeah.
I mean, if you think parking is hard, like in Brooklyn or in Queens, try finding a parking space in Manhattan. Oh my God. And I mean, that's you know, and then if you park it like in a garage or get a valet, it's gonna.
It's expensive.
It's so expensive that they'll say, you know, we'll take payments. Would you like to make a down payment now? No, that's not true. But yeah, and then they expect a tip too. So it's like, you know, and you got to be careful where you park too. Otherwise, you know, in some areas, because when you come back, you're liable to find your car in milk boxes. That's if you find your car period at all. Yeah, they'll steal your tires and everything.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah, I saw some news. When was that? Yesterday, some part of here, Florida, people parking, you know, and they were stealing the wheels of your car. How they don't take that off?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. When I was living in Brooklyn on Shore Parkway, the address is 3232 Shore Parkway, and I lived there between 19...
You really still remember what's the
Oh yeah, I remember the address. I lived there between 1964 and 1975, and the living room and my parents' bedroom faced the Bell Parkway, Shore Parkway, and then you had the Bell Parkway. And if a car broke down on the Bell Parkway, there was a grassy knoll area that you could pull in, you know, obviously to get off, you know, the freeway, and you know, if you had car trouble and you know you'd have to walk for help or go to a call box, and if those people were away, let's say longer than a half an hour, sometimes even less than that, they would find their car stripped. I'm not kidding you. If somebody, I saw it many times, you know, and somebody would be walking away from their car, and the scavengers would just be running up and down, which is east and west of the Bell Parkway. Going west is going towards Manhattan, and east going towards Long Island. But that's how the Bell Parkway ran in front of our house. And yeah, you would find your car, your tires gone. You may find your radio gone. Yeah, whatever they could take off. And these guys were like pros. They would come with all their tools and boom, 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 boom. Sometimes they would work in pairs. So this one's taking that tire, that one's taking the other. Oh yeah, and your car would be like bones, you know, like in 10 minutes. Yeah, and that's true.
How quick it is?
That's how quick it is. Yep, that's how quick it is. You know, and it's basically for you know, these were like you know, crime rings. You know, because they would sell these stolen parts. And even if they sold you a tire, let's say for $10, they just made a $10 profit. They didn't pay anything for the tire.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so... yeah, so if you needed a tire and you knew who to get a hold of, you can get them for a lot cheaper than if you went to... well, in those days, gas stations also had garages. Now, you don't see too many gas stations with a garage, you know, with a mechanic, but it was very prevalent, you know, when I was living in New York full-time back through the mid-1970s. Matter of fact, my dad's mechanic was in Sheepshead Bay, right off of Avenue Z, and I think East 15th Street. It was a Sunoco station. It was a gas station, but the mechanic over there, his name was Frankie, a little guy. Yeah, I remember him. He was a master mechanic. So he wasn't just a parts changer. He, you know, he would actually troubleshoot a problem to get to that nitty gritty of whatever it was. Okay. And
okay, honey, we're almost at Mom.
yeah, we're almost at Mom's house. Anyway, I think I'm done talking because I've been flapping my jaws a lot. So, Ermelita, you want to say goodbye to everybody out there? So long for now.
I'll see you later.
Okay, we'll see you later. Okay, love everybody. Bye-bye. Well, and now we're driving home. It is 8:28, June 2nd. Baby is driving. But look at that beautiful sunset to the left of Ermelita. My, oh my, isn't that beautiful? Yeah. The only one that usually has a better sunset than even that is the one sometimes you would see in California along the Pacific coast, and that is because the sun sets in the west, and unless you're in Asia, then it sets in the east. But it's the like on the Pacific Coast Highway, which one day we will go on. You have the ocean and the mountains together, and when that sun sets, it's like a paintbrush on the mountains, and it goes like from like an orange to a purple. It is really, really magnificent. Okay. Anyway, we had a lot of rain today. It's about 75 degrees now. It's partly cloudy. We got to watch out for this tropical depression out in the Caribbean. It's I think near Cuba, and we're supposed to have some more rain tomorrow. Oh, well, red light, green light. There we go again. Good. Anyway, we're heading home. So. Yeah, well, that's too bad about him. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go home, but we probably make a stop at one of the stores, and I suggested about getting some beer, and Hermelita seems to have a taste for the dark beer, which hey, that's all right with me. That's good stuff.
That's a good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. And after you drink too much of it, you become fat stuff. So we'll probably, do a stop over there and head home. Call it a day. It's been a long day. All right. Talk to you later, everybody.